competitive Avengers theme team coming right up. Mr. Clicksflix is brought to you by Lucky Dice Cafe out of Huntsville, Alabama, home of the ROC. No matter if you're in the United States or around the world, Lucky Dice Cafe has a winning role for all your gaming needs. You can visit them at luckydicecafe.com or on their Facebook page using the link found in the description of this video. Alright guys, so today we are taking a look at a competitive Heroclix theme team of Avengers theming. This is sort of a play off of my ROC team where I was able to place top 4. I ended up 4th place, although admittedly we didn't have a lot of people. But I'm really confident with that team. But these are the slight modifications that I was talking about in that video. So if you want to see that video, check out the YouTube card now for that video, and then come back and watch this one later if you want to. But let's go ahead and get flipped over so that you guys can see the revamped team here. And we'll get into how it works and teams that it's good against, teams that it's not so great against. Alright, so here we are. We are on HC Realms in their units section, and we have an Avengers theme team on our hands. This team is a Avengers theme team, and it has a plus 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. It has a plus 11 initiative bonus, which would give you 5 theme probs, and it is grotesque. So first thing we're going to look at here is the main, what I would call the main attacker of the team. It is Chase Hawkeye from Avengers Defenders War. He is 65 points, has an 8 range single target, starts off with a 7 movement with a special, 11 attack with precision strike, 16 defense with energy shield deflection, and 2 damage. Has Avengers, martial artists, and shield keywords. We're interested in the Avengers keyword. Has improved targeting, ignores hindering terrain, ignores characters. The special on his attack is rapid fire trick shooting. Hawkeye can use running shot. Each time Hawkeye hits an opposing character with a ranged attack, after action resolves, he can use running shot again as a free action, but only to target a character that wasn't attacked this turn. This figure is really good against the Dirty Bird teams that are out right now. Pretty good against Shredder teams. He's against Unimind. That's probably his big knock right now. But he does okay. He gets it done. I used him against a Unimind team and did it in some play testing, and he worked just fine for me, although some people say that he's not so great. Now his downside, an 11 attack's pretty good for a 65 point figure, but in you know, competitive meta, you're probably going to be going up against a 20 defense, at least is what I'd plan on seeing. 18 to 20, somewhere in there. So you figure, you know, an 11 on an 18, you still need a 7. On a 20, you need a 9, which is a lot. So, but we do like the ignores characters and ignores hindering and the multiple attacks. So we're gonna deal with some of his stats with some other figures once we get in here. So the next figure we're gonna have on this team is Star Fox, the Chase from Avengers Infinity. He's 80 points, has Pyrocosmic team ability, 8 range single target, has a 12 movement with phasing teleport and the flight ability, 12 attack, 18 defense with super senses, 3 damage with a special, has the Avengers, Cosmic, and Eternals keywords. So those are really good stats to start off with. This guy's almost a primary attacker, except that he has no real move and attack. He has 2 traits, a special on his defense and a special on his damage. His one trait is called Cosmic Entity. Star Fox can't be the target of an attack with more than 1 target, so that's pretty cool there. Keeps him safe from being multi-targeted with anything. Then his other trait is the 4th virtue of life, Passion. Flurry. Once per turn, when Star Fox attacks, has a 4. After resolution, heal each friendly character 1 click if they are adjacent to another friendly character. So we're getting a healing property there, which is going to be really key with another figure later on down the line. But pretty cool there. Heal if you roll a 4. Awesome. Then he has a special on his defense called Life's Last Hope. Stop, Mastermind. Okay, not too bad there. But the real reason why he's on this team is the special on his damage, which is I appreciate the desire to improve the flow of energy, perplex, but only to modify a value other than damage +2. Hawkeye needs a perplex. This guy delivers a +2 perplex. So we give him the Hawkeye. Hawkeye all of a sudden has a 13 attack. 13 on a 20 is a much more doable 7, which is pretty close to average. It's almost a 50-50 roll. 13 on an 18 is a 5, which is less, you have a greater than 50% chance. So we're doing really good there. He has a really competent 12 attack on his own, and if for some reason Hawkeye goes down, he can perplex up his own attack to a 14, which is just fabulous. So this guy's really good. The lack of move and attack hurts him, but it's ultimately not enough to make us not play him. Again, he's in here in a secondary attacker role. Hawkeye's our main guy. So it's okay if your secondary attacker doesn't have move and attack, as long as they do other things that really help your team, and this guy does. So the next figure on this team is Avengers Defenders War number 54, Captain America. He is 50 points, has the Avengers team ability, 0 range, 6 movement with stealth, 10 attack with smoke cloud, 17 defense with that might be Force Blast. I can't remember off the top of my head. Somebody in the video correct me. Tell me what the purple on the attack is. Then he has a 17 defense. 17 defense with combat reflexes, 2 damage with a special. Has Avengers, Shield, and Soldier keywords. Again, Avengers theme. He has a trait and a special on his damage. The trait is Avengers Unifier. Once per turn, when a friendly character is healed after resolution, you may roll a d6. On a result of 4 through 6, remove an action token from that character. So, you remember how Star Fox can heal friendly characters if his die rolls have a 4 in there? Well, now all of a sudden it's like, okay, who do I need a token to come off of when I roll that? It's like better than leadership, and it's just awesome. You get the heal, and then you're like, oh, okay, well now I'm gonna do this too, which is awesome. This guy's really an important part of this team. This Captain America really makes this team sing. So then his special on his damage is called Not Field Leader, but you better listen. Captain America can use Outwit and Perplex. He can use Leadership as if he was 200 points. So he can pull tokens from literally everybody on the team. Has a Perplex, so Hawkeye can get up to a 14 attack, and Star Fox can get up to a 15 attack. Has an Outwit, so if Unimind decides to perplex something up, to get them to like a 21 defense or something silly like that, you're like, that's fine. You can have your 21 defense. Your reducer, your invincibility is gone. Good luck with this. 15 on a 21, which sounds silly to say, but anyway, stuff like that. The leadership gives you that 4th action for the turn. This guy's just a really solid hoss to have just kind of floating around in the background. The leadership, if you're able to kind of get him in the fray, can be helpful, but really he's better off just sort of hanging back a little bit to outwit and perplex things. And then, you can pull tokens with the Avengers Unifier thing from some other stuff that's going to be on this team also. So you're going to be able to do some token manipulation that way. But this guy's really good, especially for 50 points. Next up here we have Eric Masterson. He's from the Mighty Thor set. He's only 15 points. Has a 6 movement with nothing, 9 attack with a special, 16 defense with willpower, 1 damage with enhancement. He has 1 trait and the special on his attack. The trait is, when he would be KO'd, you can roll. Basically, you can replace him with the Mighty Thor 18 Thor or the Mighty Thor number 62 Chase Thunderstrike. Now those are cool. That's a decent, my team got annihilated backup plan. But he's not. That's not really why he's on this team. But it is cool to get like basically a secondary attacker out of your 15-point figure. And if you bring that Thunderstrike in and for some reason he gets KO'd, Thunderstrike object's still there, so it allows somebody to pick it up and deal knockback, at which point they're going to be able to heal more with your Captain America. So a bunch of different ways to heal on this team and remove tokens because of that Captain America. Then he has that special on his attack, which is Aspiring Courage for Immortal. Perplex as power and may target a friendly character 75 points or more within 3 squares. we happen to have a figure 75 points or more, and that would be Star Fox. So we're able to get that 12 up to a 14 with these guys. So you figure 2 power actions with the Erics to get his attack, to get Star Fox's attack up to a 14. Attack with him, use his Perplex and Cap's Perplex to get Hawkeye's attack up to 14, and power action with his running shot, and hit with his running shot with the 2 Erics for 4 damage each time he hits, because there's no more damage depletion modifier. And then that should pretty well be the end of the game. And that Star Fox is going to be able to hit for 5 damage if you also have him adjacent to both Eric Mastersons. So it's just, this guy's just really good. He brings a lot to the table. Brings, the increased damage that Hawkeye really needs. That 2 damage isn't going to cut it. You need at least a 3, I'd say a 4. When you do that 4 damage, that takes the Dirty Bird down to its last click, KO's Cyclops, KO's Moira McTaggart, gets Wolverine down to his last click, gets Unimind down to his last click, and gets over halfway through the dial on a Shredder chase, get KOs and Overdrive. Just takes out a bunch of things that you really need. So you really need that 4. That 4 is almost like a magical number that you need to deal with. So that's him. That's why he's on this team. Decent secondary / tertiary attacker when you need it, but he's here for the Perplex and the enhancement. And the last figure on the set is we have 6 10-point Giant Girls. I would do a 50-50 mix of the main set Giant Girl and the Fast Forces Giant Girl. Here on HC Realms at 10 points they only have the Fast Forces one available, but I'll tell you what the main set one does. Fast Forces 1 has a 7 movement with sidestep, 10 attack, 18 defense with a special, 2 damage with close combat expert, and the colossal symbol. She has 2 traits. First one is called Keep It Moving Avengers. Once per turn, when a friendly character with the Avengers keyword hits an opposing character after resolution, you may move Giant Girl 2 squares. Now, it's important to understand that that's not giving her sidestep, so you have the potential to move 4 squares for free with her. Then she has Colossal Retaliation, which is a free action to attack somebody that either attacked her or damaged a friendly character. And then she has a Colossal Indifference, which is the special on her defense, which is Stop Toughness. And then if she started 10 points, can't attack except via Colossal Retaliation for smaller characters. So that's pretty good there. The other Giant Girl is also 10 points. She has a 10 movement with charge, 10 attack, 17 defense with combat reflexes, and 3 damage with indomitability and the colossal symbol. She has a trait called You Say Grow, I Say How High, and it's when she KOs a figure, you roll a d6 and you heal half the result past your starting line. So again, that Captain America can possibly pull an action token from a Giant Girl if she's able to KO a figure. My favorite thing to do with those Giant Girls is to KO Pogs with them, heal them up, and then you're like, okay, well, I paid 10 points for something with, 3, 4, 5, 6 clicks of life now. Hopefully you enjoyed your Pogs and you enjoyed dealing with this 6 click long 10-point figure. So, she's there. It is a power action to use her Colossal Retaliation, which, kind of isn't so great, but she does not have Colossal Indifference, so you can charge in with 10 attack for 3 damage and do that. And the nice thing, and I forgot to mention about the Fast Forces Girl, their neat trick is you can Colossal Retaliate after something else Colossal Retaliated. So, you can power action Colossal Retaliate with with a main set Giant Girl, then with your other 3 Giant Girls, since there's 6 on this team, the 3 Fast Forces one, you can free go in there and hit them with all those, which is just awesome. And again, that's enough to finish off a Wolverine if he did something last turn. That's enough to finish off the Dirty Bird. That's enough. These ones aren't enough to finish off a Unimind unless you outwit that Impervious on his last click. But it's enough to damage a lot of the Shredders, and then it takes out a lot of things. Really, you'd be surprised how many figures you can take out off that stop click with her. But yeah, so she's on here. And then the last thing on this build is a object called Mjolnir. You may have heard of it. It is a heavy object, and its effect is when this character makes a close attack that targets a single character, the target may be within range and line of fire regardless of adjacency. Modify this character's attack and damage +1 when attacking a single adjacent character. So the idea would be to put this on Star Fox, get to use his flurry for 8 range, and if somebody does come in close, you're swinging a 13 for 4 damage, and that's without any perplexes or anything like that. So just really good. It brings a lot to the team. This is 295 points, so you still got 5 points left over for an ID card if you really want. I'm not sure which one would be a good fit for this team. Go ahead and put that in the comments below, which ID card you think would be best for this team. But this is just a fantastic team. It takes care of the Dirty Bird. The Dirty Bird almost doesn't stand a chance against it as long as your attack rolls are half decent. You got 5 theme probs with this, so you should be able to hit a 14 on even a 21. A 14 on a 21, you need a 7, and you got basically 5 chances to try to hit it. Or if you're able to hit with Star Fox, that's a 15 on a 21. You're not going to get much better attack values than that in odds of hitting a high defense like that. So you're going to be able to take out basically an entire Dirty Bird team in 1 turn, possibly 2. Then Unimind, it's not the best matchup ever, but you shouldn't get obliterated. And then Shredders, once they get within range and you're able to take out Overdrive, they really start to run into some problems. You're going to lose a few Giant Girls with them, though. That's the thing. You're going to lose a couple Giant Girls. Don't sweat it. You got 6 of them. If they take out 6 Giant Girls, and you take out, 1 Shredder Elite and Overdrive, you've won the game. So it doesn't matter. It does really well against them, and that's basically what's being run in the meta right now is Unimind, Shredders, and the Dirty Bird. So this is a counter to all 3 of those, with Unimind probably being its weakest matchup, but it still matches up really strong against that. So go ahead in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this team. Let me know what you think that last 5 points should be spent on. Feel free to share this video around. I'd really like to get as much input as I can on this team, because this is what I'm going to be playtesting until Hawkeye retires. This is what I'm going to be probably playing with. So give it a thumbs up if you like this video. It really helps keep me motivated to make these videos. And that's all I have for you guys today. As always, please remember that it's only critical miss if you don't have probability control.